A very good morning, students. Welcome to the online class. Today, we are going to learn EVS. In this EVS, we are going to learn lesson number 4. It is adaptations in animals. Okay. Take out your textbook. As I am telling in every class, just take out your textbook, take a pencil, eraser and sit. That's it. Okay. No need to see your textbook. Just listen to me what I am telling. Just understand. Okay. What I am explaining you. Understand only the main things which you want to understand. That thing I'll be explaining. Okay. No need to look at your textbook. If I tell anything to look at your textbook, you can. Or else, if I write any important words here, any important meanings here, definitions here, you can just mark it on in your textbook. You can just underline that. Understood? And no need to see your textbook. Just listen to me what I am telling. Understand. Okay. And last class, what we have learned. Animals, right? Animals and their young ones. In the last class, we have learned. We have completed the 3rd chapter in science. This is again in science. Okay. Science. It is page number 212. This page number 212. Okay. Page number 212. It is from the science part. Understood? It is lesson number 4, adaptations in animals. What we have learned about animals. From the first class, what we have learned. Animals, like it is just grouped into different groups, right? It is divided into different groups, animals. And animals and their young ones we have learned. Birds and some other animals, it lays eggs. And like animals like mammals, it give birth to their young ones, right? And how the process also we have learned. The egg, how the baby is formed in the hen, and frogs, fish, butterfly, everything we have learned. You all can remember, right? You all can recall. Now, in this class, what we are going to learn? It is like into how many groups animals are divided. That is the main thing. It is terrestrial animals and aquatic animals we know. Right? We know from the class 1 you are learning that animals are divided, that the animals live on the land are called terrestrial animals. That is land animals. Animals which live inside the water is water animals. It is aquatic animals. Right? In that also there are different kinds of animals. Okay? And carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous, these all according to the food habit, right? We have learned. Now, in this chapter, in detail, little bit more details we'll be learning about the adaptations in animals. That is, about animals we'll be learning. Okay. Now, see. The environment in which an animal lives is called its habitat. The environment where the animal lives. Okay, the environment where the animal lives is called its habitat. In which place it is suitable to live. Okay, in plants also we have learnt, right? Some plants, even though it is land plants also, the terrestrial plants, the plants which grow on land, even though the plants are growing on land also, it is preferred to different situations, that is different environment, right? Desert plants, it grows only in desert. It is suitable to grow in desert. Coastal plants like coconut tree, it is suitable to grow in coastal areas. Mountain, that is the plants which grow in hilly areas. Likewise, animals also, there are different types of animals where it is suited, like where it can live. The environment where it lives. Okay. See, the environment which an animal lives is called its habitat. You can just underline this first sentence in your textbook. You can underline. Okay. If we ask what is habitat means, you can answer this. Okay, this is the meaning of habitat. What is habitat? The environment in which an animal lives. The environment in which an animal lives is called habitat. Okay. Now, you can see animals in every kind of habitat. Habitat is the place, the environment, okay, the environment where the animals live. There are different kinds of environment, right? Mountains, forest, ocean, sea, okay, and icy, that is snow area, icy ice region. There are different kinds of places. In that places, different types of animals. They are suited to live in that places, okay. They can live in that place. They can survive there. They're adjusted to live in that place. Okay, that is the habitat. It is environment, the place where an animal lives. Understood? It is habitat. Okay. See now, kinds of habitat. You can see animals in every kind of habitat, that is in the deep seas, in the mountains, in the icy polar region, and in the hot and dry deserts. In all these places we can see the animals, right? There is any one place where we can see the animals? No, in all the places. But there are different kinds of animals which they are suitable to live there. Okay. But how do the animals survive in their environment? But how? How they are surviving in their environment? Because they are having special features. In plants also we have learned, right? The plants, they are having special features to survive in that environment. It is called what? Adaptation. You all can remember, right? You all have forgot? No. The special features for the plants or animals, the special features where it can survive in the environment, it can survive in the particular place. Understood? It is called as adaptation. Understood? See, in order to survive in their environment, animals often have to make changes in their body. In order to survive in the environment, in order to survive in the particular environment, animals have to make changes in their body. Animals will make the changes in their body structure, food habits and behavior. Body structure, food habits and behavior. It itself changes its body structure, food habits and behavior. That is a special features for that. It is called as adaptation. Okay. So now those animals that can adapt themselves alone can survive. Those that don't disappear. Look at these animals, where do they live? See, the animals which can change itself, which it can adjust and change itself, it survives, it lives there. Which it can't adjust, it will disappear. Disappear means it will die off. Okay. See now, here they have given some pictures in your textbook. See what the pictures we can see here. Here, owl, bees, honeybees, rabbit, lion, bird with a nest, monkey, squirrel, fish. Yes, no, all kinds of animals we can see here. Right, we can see. Okay. See now, adaptations to habitat. Adaptations means the animals which are suitable to live in a particular place. According to that, it is the animals are divided into different groups. Okay, see, an animal may live on land, water or air. Yes, animals, it can live on land. Lion, tiger, dog, cat, right? Squirrel, right, rat, it can live on land. But there are some animals it lives in water, like fish, frog, snake, right? And there are some animals which live in the air. Which live in the air means they spend their total time in the air. Which are those? Air. The animals which we can see in the air. It is nothing but birds, right? It will be flying in the air, right? Depending on the habitat, the animal has special features to enable it to survive in it. Depending on the habitat, depending on the particular place, Habitat in the sense it is the environment. Okay. Habitat is environment. It is environment means what? That place. Right? Environment means that place. Depending on the habitat, depending on the environment or that particular place, the animal has special features. The animals have special features according to that particular environment. Animals are having special features to enable it to survive in it, to adjust and survive in it. Survive means to live in that place. Okay. See now, here we can see different kinds of animals. Terrestrial animals. I'll write on the board. Okay, no need to see your textbook. There are terrestrial animals and aquatic animals. Yes, we all know it is according to the habitat, according to the place. Okay, according to the place, the animals. It is divided into terrestrial animals, aquatic animals. You all know this two, familiar, right? You all know this two. It is terrestrial animals. It is the animals which live on land, and aquatic animals which live inside the water. And there are little more different kinds of animals. Which are those? Amphibians. Amphibians. Okay. Next is arboreal animals. And next, lastly, aerial animals. Okay, these are the 5 kinds of animals. 5 kinds of animals which are grouped into different groups, which are divided into different groups. These are the 5 kinds. Okay, in this, what is terrestrial animals? The terrestrial animals are the animals which live on land. Terrestrial animals live on the land. Aquatic animals, aquatic itself, we know it is water animals. It lives inside the water. Okay, just listen to me. Don't see your book. They have given so many pictures. I know you all will be seeing your textbook. Don't see, just listen to me. Okay, if you listen to me, you can understand very quickly and it will be very easy. Okay, see, and next, what is amphibians? Here, terrestrial animals, it is land animals. Aquatic animals is water animals. We know only land animals and water animals. Little more animals, which are those? It is amphibians. Amphibians means they live both on land and in water. Okay, they live both on the land and in the water. Okay, in the 2 places also they can survive. I'll tell you the examples also, we'll learn. Okay, don't get confused. Just listen, just understand what is the main thing. Okay, terrestrial animals, they are the land animals which lives on the land. Aquatic animals which live inside the water, it is water animals. Amphibians, it lives both on the land as well as water. Which the main animal we can remember? Frog, snake, right? A frog, the main thing, frog, it can live inside the water also, and it can live outside the water, that is on the land also, right? Such animals are called as amphibians. Okay, and what is arboreal animals? These arboreal animals live mostly on the trees. Okay, it lives mostly on the trees. Which animals we can see in this? It is like monkeys, squirrels, right? Chameleons. It all lives on the trees. Means it all spend their most of the time on the trees itself, right? And next is aerial animals. Aerial animals means what? It is the birds which spend their most of the time in the air by flying. Okay, it spends their flying in air. It spends their most of the time in flying in air. Okay, these are the 5 kinds of animals. Understood? These are the 5 kinds of animals. See, just understand what are the main things. Terrestrial animals means what? Terrestrial animals are land animals. Terrestrial animals are nothing but land animals means what? The animals which live on the land. The animals which lives on the land are called terrestrial animals. The animals which live inside the water are called aquatic animals. It is water animals. The animals which live both on land and water and in water are called amphibians. The animals which spend their time, which live most of their time on the trees are called arboreal animals. Arboreal. Next is lastly aerial animals. The animals which spend their time, most of the time in the air by flying is aerial animals. Example, it is the birds. Understood? This is the main thing you have to understand. Habitat means what? The place, the environment, the place where the animals are suitable to live in that place. Okay, that is the habitat. And adaptation means what? The special features, how it is adjusting, how it is changing. It's no, we humans also, right? In summer also we have to take the hot. Winter also we have to survive in the cold, right? If summer means we can't tell go summer, we'll tell no, right? In summer also we have to survive, winter also we have to survive, rainy season also we have to survive. What we'll do? In summer, we'll wear like cotton clothes, that is like light clothes, and we'll have more liquid items. Yes, no, water, juice, we'll take more. In winter, we'll wear sweaters. We can't live in the very cold, right? We'll wear sweaters. Yes, no, we need to be little bit warm. In rainy season, we'll use umbrellas not to get wet in the rain, right? Like that, to the different situations, we are adjusting and we have to survive, right? The same way, animals also, they are also adjusting to the particular situation where it is living. Understood? Now, terrestrial animals. See, the animals that live on the land are called terrestrial animals. The animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. I told you. These animals have features suitable for life on land. These animals are having features which are suitable to have a life on land. Okay, they are having some features. See now, what are the features? They have strong legs that are suitable for walking on land. They have strong legs from which they can walk on the land. Yes, no? They have strong legs so that they can walk on the land. Their legs also help them to catch their prey and protect themselves from their enemies. And also their legs help them to catch their prey. Their legs help. With the help of legs only, it will catch their prey, right? It will catch other animals. With the help of legs, it will catch, and with the help of mouth, teeth, it will bite, right? Catch their prey. Prey in the sense, the food, that is other animals like deer or other animals, these wild animals it is having, it is eating, right? That is the prey, the food. And protect themselves from their enemies. And not only to catch the prey, these legs are helping them to protect themselves from the enemies. Lungs are the breathing organs in land animals. Lungs are the breathing organs. Lungs. Okay, lungs are the breathing organs in the land animals. Land animals have lungs to breathe. Even we also have lungs, right? We'll breathe with the lungs. The sense organs in these animals are well developed. The sense organs in these animals are well developed. They help the animals know their surroundings. These sense organs help the animals to know their surroundings. With the help of sense organs, they can identify what is happening, who is coming, who is there. Okay, they can identify the surroundings. However, the conditions on land also vary. It is extremely cold in the polar regions and in the mountains. However, the land animals, it is suitable to live on the land. Some places are very cold. It is extremely cold in polar region. In polar region, it is extremely cold. It is very cold in polar regions. And in the mountains also. You can find animals like the mountain goat, the yak, and the polar bear living in such cold places. In the cold places, which animals we can see? It is mountain goat, yak, and the polar bear. The yak, mountain goat, yak, and polar bear. These are the animals which lives in that cold region. Okay, cold region and mountains. See here, they have given examples for the land animals. See here, land animals: elephant, tiger, lion, deer, cow, horse. And these are the animals which live in cold region and mountains: mountain goat, yak, polar bear. Okay. The polar bear and yak have thick fur on their bodies. The polar bear and yak have thick fur on their bodies. It have thick fur on the bodies, means thick skin on their bodies. It protects them from the cold. This thick skin protects them from the cold. We humans, what will do if we are feeling cold? We will wear sweater, right? But that animals, what it will do? So it is having a special feature, that is, it have a thick skin, so that it will be little bit warm. It can protect very cold. Okay. Some animals like seals, penguins, and walrus have a thick layer of fat called blubber. And even some animals like seals, penguins, and walrus. Seals, penguins, and walrus. These animals, what do they have? It have a thick layer of fat. It have thick layer of fat inside their body, inside their skin. It have thick layer of fat, which is called as blubber. Okay, under their skin, it is having thick fat inside their skin, that is under their skin. It is called as blubber. It keeps the body warm. This fat, this blubber, it keeps the body warm. This helps them live in the freezing cold weather. So this feature, what is that feature? It is having fat, thick fat under their skin. It is called as blubber. Okay. This feature helps them to live in the cold region also. Birds that live here survive the cold winter months by moving to warmer places. This is called migration. Birds that live here in the cold places, how do they survive? In winter months, it moves to warmer places. And again, if that place becomes cold, means it will move to another place. This is called as migration. See, the birds that live here survive the cold, but when winter months comes, in winter months, by moving to warmer places, in the winter months, it will move from winter place to warmer places to survive. Okay, this is called as migration. They are moving from one place to another place. They are moving from cold region to warmer region. Okay. They return to their homes once the winter is gone. See, once the winter is completed, when the summer is starting, they return to their home. Other animals like frogs, snakes, and bears sleep or remain inactive during the cold winter months. See, there are other animals. What do they live? What do they do? See, other animals like frogs, snakes, and bears. Frogs, snakes, and bears, what do they do? It will sleep. It will sleep all winter season. It will sleep or remain inactive during the cold. It can't survive in the cold. So it will go inside the earth, inside the ground, and it will just sleep or inactive. It won't come out. It will inactive or sleep. Inactive in the sense they are sleeping for so many long days. Okay. In whole winter, they are not coming out. Okay. That is called as what? Hibernation, the winter sleep. The animals which sleep or become inactive in winter season. The animals which sleep in whole winter season are called hibernation. Understood? Let us now learn about animals living in deserts. Now, the animals which lives in desert, how do they live? Deserts are very hot and dry. Yes, deserts are very hot and it's very dry. The camel is an example of an animal best adapted to the conditions in a desert. Camel is the best example for that animal which is best adjusted to that environment, to that conditions in a desert. It has a broad padded feet that help it to walk on sand. It has a broad and padded feet. It has broad and padded feet which helps it to walk on sand. The camel also stores water and fat in its hump. The camel also stores water and fat in its hump. Hump in the sense you all know, right? Here it is having one hump. In that hump, it stores water and fat. For everything, it stores how much? For so many long days. So only it can live without water and food for so many long days. A camel has long, thick eyelashes that protect it from sand during a sandstorm. It has thick and long eyelashes. It has long and thick eyelashes. These eyelashes, okay? It has very long and thick eyelashes. So that, what is the help of that? It protects these long and thick eyelashes of camel, protects it from sand. From sand during a sandstorm. Okay, these eyelashes will not leave the sand to go inside the eyes. It protects the camel during sandstorm. A camel can close its nose during a sandstorm. See, even the camel can close its nose, it seems. It can close its nose. Can we close? No, but it can close. It is a special feature for it. All desert animals have little hair on their bodies. All the desert animals have only little hair on their bodies. This is to prevent loss of water from their bodies. This is to prevent the loss of water from their bodies. Some animals in desert have a long sleep in the hot. Some of the animals in the desert, they also have a long sleep. Means in whole summer they will sleep. They will be inactive. Summer months because there is little or no water. In summer because there is little or no water at all. If they come out also no water, so they'll just sleep. This summer sleep is called as estivation. Okay, winter sleep, hibernation, summer sleep, estivation. Understood? Winter sleep, hibernation, summer sleep, estivation. Hibernation is the animals which sleep or become inactive during winter season. Okay, the animals which sleep or become inactive in winter season is called hibernation. The animals which sleep or become inactive in summer season is called estivation. Understood? Winter sleep, hibernation, summer sleep, estivation. Understood? I'll stop my class here. I hope you all have understood this. Only about terrestrial animals we have learned habitat, adaptation, and the 5 different kinds of animals, in which places they live, and in that first kind of animal, it is terrestrial animals we have learned. Okay, remaining we'll be learning in next class. Learn till here, it's enough. Learn and understand and complete your classwork. You have to bring for the corrections also. You all know, right? Okay, thank you, students.